You guys talk so much about having faceless, nameless opponents and trying to measure yourselves week to week. It really seems like the last few weeks that's been very apparent week to week. Is that even with the Chiefs the same?
Yeah,
kind
of course. It's the same every week, no matter who you're playing. And I got another tough opponent this week, another one on the road. Sunday night will be fun. At their place, it'll be loud, it'll be ruckus, and it'll be a good one.
How much do you feed off an environment like that on the road?
Love it. We love it. We love it. We love being a part of it, and being able to silence the crowd is always the greatest feeling ever. And you try to do it every time you get in these environments.
What's the experience been like facing them? You're 2-0. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people can say that against the Chiefs, but what's that experience? Why you feel like you've been able to be successful on teams, against them?
Yeah, I mean, those were two down to the wire games that went my way, very far apart too. So very different teams. I was playing for another team and then here in Detroit. But I don't know. I mean, they're a really good team, and I've been on the right side of two of them.
Do you feel like those type of wins help build a foundation within a team, like especially this Lions team? You got Jahmyr Gibbs being a rookie at that time, guys really getting experience on that primetime stage. Like, what did that do for the foundation of this team?
Yeah, I thought that was big, and certainly because they were coming off of winning the Super Bowl, and we were, coming off of missing the playoffs, really, that 9-8 season. So, yeah, that was big, and being able to come out and get the W. I think I'm doing that math right. That was the year before, right? Yeah. So coming in there to get that W and feel like we beat a team that's towards top of the league at that time, and now we hope that teams feel that way about us, and we are having to prove ourselves every week still.
Dean talked about, kind of started the week by saying, how much respect he has for them just based on the winning, how much winning they've done. Just from your standpoint, how hard that is in all the AFC championship games they've been to. Sure. What do you admire most about sort of the success?
Yeah, I mean, that's certainly number one is the consistency over time. I don't know how many in a row AFC championships it's incredible, and it's hard to reload every year after playing a long season like that. So I think that's what you respect most is their ability over almost a decade now to reload every offseason and come back ready to go. And always a tough team, always a tough defense for me to face, and obviously on offense they're explosive as well.
You guys are obviously striving to get there. You put some pretty good success together yourselves the last couple of years. What is the key for you to do that long term like they've done?
Consistency. Yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. You got to show up to work every day and try to get better every day and work hard, hold your teammates accountable, hold yourself accountable, and really have to prove it every single day in practice.
So what's the scouting report on their defense?
Sorry, say that again?
What's the scouting report on their defense?
Oh, I mean, they're good. I mean, they're good at every level. They've got good players at every level. Obviously, Chris Jones is kind of the game wrecker up front. And then their linebackers are young and fast. They've got McDuffie on the outside. Both safeties, I think, are really good. They're good. They're good at every level and present a ton of challenges.
Kind of along the same lines, what are kind of the hallmarks of like a Steve Spagnuolo defense?
Good question. I mean, I've only played him twice. I don't even know if he was the coordinator in the first time I played him? That was a long time ago. Had to have been. I think that they do a really good job of being very multiple in what they do, and oftentimes you can watch a ton of tape and defenses have like certain tells, or when they're in this formation they do this. Like they don't really have much of that. You kind of have to figure it out when you're out there to some extent. There's tape we can watch, but they do a good job of making different things look the same and same things look different, type of thing. And they got good players too, and that makes it really hard.
It seems like week to week there's a different guy that steps up. When we talk about it, it was Laporta last week or Montgomery last week, and that number seems to grow. It's 2 or 3 guys for you stepping up each game to make a really big dent. But the personal aspect of what David did in Cincinnati, returning home, his sister watching there, I mean, are those moments in a long football season where you even stop down and just look at a teammate and go, man, that had to be pretty cool?
Yeah, that was cool. That was a cool moment all day for him, and you could tell it was special to him, and being able to have his sister there to see it in person, and a lot of his family and friends, I think, were there to watch it and have him score twice the way he did. It's awesome, and it makes you kind of appreciate those little moments and look at what really matters, and I was happy for him.
In the mic'd up clip, I think you had told him, if it's not there, throw it to the back of the wall. Did you have was there any doubt in your mind that he was actually going to throw that thing at all? I mean, it seemed like...
No, I kind of said that like knowing that he wasn't going to because part of me is like, if there's no one there, you should probably just run it, because he's a running back. But I was just reminding them, if it's not open, it's not the end of the world. We got second down or whatever down we were on there to still score. And but I had a good feeling he was going to throw that and make it work.
That first game that you had against the Chiefs when you were still with the Rams, did you appreciate in the moment, and immediately after, kind of just how, I guess, epic it was? It's still a game that people talk about?
I don't think so. Not in the moment. there was so much around that game too. I remember with the fires in LA, and it was supposed to be in Mexico, and we had actually flown to Colorado earlier in the week to get like adjusted to altitude on like Wednesday, Thursday, and then they're like, hey, the game's actually gonna be in LA, so we flew back to LA on Friday. Nowhere to practice on Friday or Saturday because of the fires, and went out there Monday night, and it was an epic one, right? It was amazing, and Patrick and I like kind of got to midfield and kind of giggled like, holy smokes, 54-51, like it could have been anyone's game. It kind of seemed like whoever had the ball last was going to win that one, but yeah, looking back now, it's obviously an epic game and one I'm proud to be a part of.
I feel like I talk about this every week, but every week it's a sack and a great performance. Just you feel like you're really on top of it right now. You can set a franchise record with 5 straight games with a sack. You're top 3 in the league in just about every major rush category. You feel like you're playing really good ball right now, or is there even more heights to go to?
Yeah, I'm just, I really got a marathon view on this season, and I'm taking it 1 week at a time, and I'm putting every single preparation I can into every week, and we see how the cards lay at the end of the week, and then we do it all over again. So that's really my focus. So and we're going to keep improving and progressing, and it's all very little details that help a lot in the long run.
Just curious too. I've talked to a few coaches, and they've talked about just how close that defensive line. We saw you guys having fun in the locker room just now. Dude, how much does that help on the field when you guys are as close as you seem to be off of it?
So much, and I think it's things that are definitely unexplainable on the field that happen when you have a close unit. I feel like good things happen, and I think it could be even an energetic thing. You're just good vibes, bring in good energy, and we're producing right now, which is what you want. And yeah, we got a really close group, probably the closest group since I've been here, honestly. And it's been great. It's been so much fun. And when you go to work with guys like this, days are short.
I feel like that experience that Arrowhead did for this team last time. He was coming off a season before where y'all was so close to getting in the playoffs. You guys start out and get that season open and win. Like, how much do you think that victory kind of helped with the DNA and the foundation of this team right now?
It was huge. Yeah, back then that was kind of I feel like a confidence thing, knowing we could go in there and do that. And now flash forward a couple of years, I feel like we're at a point where, we believe we can compete against anybody, and we're going to go in there and try to execute our game plan the best to our ability, and hopefully come out there with a win.
Can you take us inside the meeting room when you guys are looking back at film and these short fields continue to pop for this offense when it's another turnover by this defense, the level of pride you guys are taking when those plays are reviewed in front of everybody?
It's huge. It's we're creating takeaways, which is probably more than we've done since I've been here, at a really high level. So it's really fun to watch. It's really fun to be a part of. And it's really, I think it comes down to our focus on it in training camp, in practice, everything. It was all about punch outs. It was all about creating takeaways, getting interceptions, finishing not on the quarterback in practice, but mentally doing it, and I think that's it's paying dividends.
To have so many different people at different positions being a part of it, Anzalone getting a pick this past week, what does it mean when the turnovers are coming in different ways? It's not just the same results from different positions.
It's huge, man. I was so happy when Anzo got his interception. I know it's been a little bit, and then Amit got one, just playing super physical coverage, and Kirby seems to find his way to the ball once a game now. So it's when your back end's doing that, they're really playing at a high level despite a couple injuries here and there. Again, it goes to show the level of detail that's going in, not even with the ones, just through the whole through the depth of everybody. Yeah.
When they are dealing with the back end, speaking, when they're dealing with the injuries that they're dealing with right now, how much more onus do you guys in the front seven put on limiting the time that they got it covered, making some of those extra plays? Does that even go into the equation at all, or?
For sure, yeah. And I know when Aleem gets back too, it's, DJ Reed is going to be out for a little bit, so it's like we know we got to wear the hard hat, and with Aleem coming back, I think it's only going to make us more dominant. He's such a force, so it's going to be great to get him back. But yeah, again, when your secondary is getting a little bit hurt, of course you got to take accountability as a D-line. You got to try to find a way to, even if it's quick game, when you get those longer developing routes, find a way to affect the quarterback in some way, get in the throwing lane, get a PBU, make that throw a little bit more difficult for him so it's a little bit off target. That's really all you can do.
Earlier, Dan refuted a report that the Lions had reached out, I guess, about the low blocks that you were facing in games 1 and 2, and try to alert the league about that. I mean, what is your, I guess, reaction to that? And also, I mean, as far as whether you've seen that happen the last couple of weeks, or
Dan said that?
Yeah, like refuted the report that they'd reached out about the low blocks.
Yeah, it was definitely a little bit. It was showing up a lot in those first couple games, and I mean, I get it. I bet you they were trying to check my leg and make sure it was there, and it was, and that's just the nature of football, and that's what people do. And I'm not saying they did or didn't. I just know the frequency was high in those first couple games. So. But I get it. That's football. It's right now that cut block is legal in the game, which is still kind of crazy to me, with how much things they've taken out in the game. So yeah.
When you watch the film of your performance, how much more do you appreciate it, given how much attention you get? I mean, there aren't many one-on-one such. I mean, you get chipped, the guard's coming over after the tackle. I mean, you're seeing so much, but you're still able to produce. When you watch that tape, how much more do you appreciate kind of what you're doing, given what you're having to go through and battle through?
Yeah, it's taking advantage of those opportunities when they come, and I feel like I've been doing that, and that's will always be the goal. You're going to get chipped, and it's going to slow you down a little bit, but when you get those opportunities, what are you going to do with them? And that's really what I've been focusing on, and I think we're gonna keep doing well with that.
What's the balance?
You've had 2 or 3 sacks taken off the board due to penalties. Just mentally speaking, how do you handle when you're making plays, doing what you got to do, but just some bad luck happens and some good plays get taken off the board?
So this is the last time we're talking about it. This is going to be the no more. I'm not even giving it any power over me. So, yeah, we're good, and this will be the last conversation we have about it, because it won't happen again.
Can we just ask about Mahomes real quick? Just how do you balance discipline and aggression on a guy as slippery and talented as him?
Yeah, when we played him back in 23, I saw you get the feel of how aware he is in that pocket, so it's tough to rush against him. He's just very aware, so we just got to do a good job of finding the balance between applying pressure, getting production, getting sacks, but also trying to keep him in the pocket. And again, if you're rushing 4, there's going to be 2 gaps open ultimately, so he may get out, but we're going to get back, get right back after it in the next play.
So I know you've posted some things on social media. There have been reports. Just can you update us on how you're feeling, what the status is right now?
Right now, just trying to stay as positive as possible, and I feel like, like with those different opinions and having different people look at it, like my second opinion went very, very well. But like I said, just trying to stay positive on it.
Dan said it still might be a while trying to get the inflammation down. Is that the understanding that you have? It's still going to be a few weeks at least?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how many weeks. My body healed fast, but just trying to get on the field with my teammates as fast as possible.
It's not relieved, are you, by that, Terrion? Obviously, when stuff like that happens and you're carted off, that's a scary situation, and you start to think, and then initially it doesn't look great, but to get that second opinion, to know that there's probably a really good chance you can be back this year, just how positive is that news, and just what you're feeling right now about it?
Yeah, like when I first got the news, like I wanted to cry. Cause I just love playing football, being out there with my teammates, and I feel like that last game was kind of like the first game I actually felt like free. Like I had like a lot of like off the field stuff kind of going on, like family issues, and just like being able to go out there and let everything go, and then kind of crediting like my coaches, like even just talking to Dan, talking to Coach Shep, Deshae, and like them being in my ear and just allowing me to like keep my confidence. So like that game right there, like it was like my like back to myself, like training camp. And then like when that happened, it kind of like devastated me. But just being able to know like it's a chance that, well, I won't even say it's a chance. Like I'm trying to come back as fast as possible. So just getting that news right there, like it was a confidence lifter for me.
speaking of confidence, just was that performance too. I mean, those pretty darn good receivers over on the other side. Dan said that was the best game you probably played. Just what kind of confidence did you build from that performance?
I mean, like, I ain't really built a lot of confidence because like, I just felt like I was back to my old self. Like I said, like those first couple games, like I was dealing like with a lot of stuff like off the field, and just even be able to come in the building and know that you have coaches that you can talk to, like even me being able to talk to Coach Campbell in his office and like him keeping my spirits high, and like having Coach Shep like to keep my spirits high, and Coach Deshae, like it just allowed me to have that relief, like okay, I can get back to doing what I do. And like, yeah.
You know, you were dealing with a shoulder injury like the game before. Was there anything lingering, like
Yeah.
going into that game at all? Like,
Yeah. Like, it was one of those things where it's like, you know, obviously when you go out there, you know, like you have to play through certain things, but like just nagging and then like constantly like the irritation of it. So, I mean, that's why I know like with them, they're allowing me to treat it and like rehab it, get it back to 100% as fast as I can, or as close to 100% as possible. So.
Did you get hurt on that diving tackle over the middle? Is that where it kind of
Yeah.
yeah.
Did you get hurt on the wrap or like hitting the ground?
Nah, it was more so like reaching, but like in football they say don't reach. So like I reached, and then when I fell, like the collision to the ground, like that's what like really did it. So.
There's been a number of nagging things that have popped up for you injury-wise. Do you feel like it's just kind of a run of bad luck, or do you feel like there's something you wish you would have done differently? Or
Nah, I mean you play football, like you play through a lot of things, and it's one of those things where like nobody's 100% right now. So I don't think it's luck. Like when I go out there, I play with no fear. Like when you go out there, you play fearless, so you can't even put that in your head.
Have you talked to Dan Campbell before? Just the first time you walked into his office, you have this kind of talk with him?
Yeah, but like he just prides himself on like this building being like a safe haven for us, and like being one of those things where he's the type of coach that really cares for his players, and he means it, and like he shows it. So like that was one of those things where like, dang coach, like you really have my back and you really mean what you say, and just being able to have that sign of relief, like you can see it in my performance. So yeah.